noticing things, I'm the expert. Now, I may fail to observe the dirt accumulating on my car or the teacher's notes on the whiteboard, but I never fail to notice the sparkle in my friend's eyes when I tell a joke just right. Making an effort to observe these little things in life really helps you to be grateful for what you have and to live in the moment. Open your eyes and look for the good. Now, we all know that waking up in the morning is one of the hardest things we have to do all day. And knowing this, I decided to set a challenge for myself. So what I did was I thought, well, I'm going to try and notice every beautiful thing I can on the drive into school in the morning. And this could always be different things. Sometimes I'd notice the way that the snow was drifting on the road or the geese squawking above me. One time I saw two friends I saw two friends dancing in the car behind me, and that was pretty funny. They didn't know they had an audience. These little things, they always help me to make my day better, and it turns a mediocre day into an exquisite one. Now, although he is fictional, the character Andy Bernard from The Office delivers a truth I think we can all relate to. He states, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." Well, I'm here to tell you how. Just open your eyes and look for the good. With this method, you'll be able to notice everything good in the moments that you're in before you've left them. That's how you'll know you're in the good old days. Purposefully focusing on the beauty in the world helps you to get rid of the negative as well. For example, if you were walking in the park and someone were to push you rudely and not apologize, it would be easier to handle that if you were already focusing on noticing all of the cute dogs in the vicinity. Just taking this little time to observe the nice things in life helps you to create a more positive space in your mind, and it helps you to enjoy your life even more. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, I'm sure there's nothing beautiful right here, right now. It's just a boring auditorium. Well, I encourage you to challenge that thought. Because right now, I'm observing how nice the lights are on the sides of the building, and just the little things like that. Or maybe you could look at how nice your friend's hair looks tonight. It doesn't have to be big. All you have to do is just look around. The best way to enjoy life is to seek out the beautiful. And all it takes to discover the ordinary beauty in the world is a desire to see it. So I challenge you all to try it. I mean, it won't hurt. Open your eyes and look for the good. Thank you.
Are we good? Yes? Okay. Yeah. All right. So yes, my name was William Griffith, and I will share a little story with you. So here I am at my grandma's house over the Christmas break, a senior in West Valley's class of 2017, and just one of my fellow other 300 peers on the cusp of graduation. And of course, as grandparents do, she asks me, "What are your plans after graduation?" Oh God, there it is. The kicker, the million-dollar question, the make you or break you inquiry, the, "Grandma, why do you always ask this? Why can't you just go back to making liver and talking about how cute your other grandchildren are?" Kicked to the balls curiosity. The truth is, I don't have an answer. I haven't applied to any colleges, scholarships, I have no military plans, an internship, or hell, a part-time job. Now for some of you, this kind of non-plan would terrify you, and with good reason. For others, you're a lot like me. And and the problem isn't that I'm lazy. My parents won't let me be, and neither is the problem that I don't have interests. So I'm here to talk about something that we as high schoolers are all very familiar with: procrastination. But not quite the do everything last minute, all-nighter to finish that history paper you've had 4 months to work on kind of procrastination. This is the procrastination on your passions and or not letting your passions procrastinate. I've noticed in the last 2 years, 3 different kinds of high schoolers preparing for graduation. The kind that dive right into a job or career, no college plan or mine. The kind that apply to every college scholarship or opportunity available to them. And people like me. And while all these plans are well and good or not so good, I also feel that each one of these paths might have an issue. I'll start with the premature divers. This is a wide range of graduates. People that will, sorry. This is a wide range of graduates. Some will go right into a career, find a job and stick with it, no college at all. That's fine, hope it pays well. Others will go off into the military, join and never leave. Awesome, support our troops. Some might even take over a family business. Jose Garcia, which some of you may know, will be taking complete ownership of his father's carpeting company once he graduates. Good for him. Some will go rent an apartment with a friend or alone. I can kind of understand why you might do that, but it's incredibly foolish and risky unless you can afford that kind of expense. And a very select few will go live in their mother's basement, where they will play video games, browse the internet, smoke pot, and generally just be a waste of oxygen. Don't be that guy. No one likes that guy. What I meant by premature diving is that some don't look before they leave. If this is you, then maybe you haven't searched hard enough yet. What are your passions? I mean, your real ones. Have you given up on them? If so, why? If not, what are they really? First, find that elusive passion, dwell on it, then decide whether or not to procrastinate. Now for the generally well-prepared type. On this end of the spectrum, I see high schoolers applying to several schools, scholarships. They might already have a job, and they might have even already been accepted in several of those schools. You're probably like my friend Sarah Vetch. She has applied to now 5 colleges, and she's been accepted into all of those. She's also applied to multiple scholarships. Wow, why can't it be more like her? However, don't you think maybe you're spreading yourself a bit too thin? Maybe you're going a bit too fast. Here's a question, what's your major? Your real major. The set in stone one, the thing that will study to death and back, the career that will define the next possible 60 years of your life, that one. Yeah, it's a tough question, one that you've put a lot of thought to, and unfortunately, many do not. A recent study by the National Center of Educational Statistics showed that 80% of US grad students change their major at least once. And that's a great way to rack up debt. In fact, the average graduate of 2016 racks up at least $30,000 or more in student debt. That's terrifying. For me, seeing people change their major at college makes me feel kind of scared and sorry for them. Why put all that time, effort, especially money, into something you would inevitably change? And let's both hope that all those scholarships you applied to might get rid of some of that student debt. Now, some of these statistics could be due to people not judging their training or their path enough. You get into something that you think you love just to find out that really you don't. Do not let this be you. Do not let your passions prevent you from procrastinating. Wait and save. Maybe don't go right into that four-year college right off the bat. Slow and steady, even if this goes heavily against your angsty college student attitude. Third and finally, if you're anything like me, you've got nothing. That clear future that you wish for maybe isn't all that apparent or transparent at all. We talk about 13-year plans, but unfortunately not even 1 year seems to go accordingly. We may or may not have interests, but may also not know how to approach or define them. Maybe we are just lazy, most likely, I think we're not ready. While we are the group that is furthest behind, I also believe we are the group that has the greatest potential. With no real plans, we are essentially a blank slate. I did have a confession, however, when I said I had no plans after high school. I do plan to get a job, but that's mostly so my mom doesn't kick me out of the house. In addition to the idea that 13-year plans never last, I just learned post-production, of this discussion last semester that in order to be claimed under my parents' dependent under my parents' taxes, I'll have to enroll in some sort of college come September. Nice, huh? I didn't feel like I was ready, and I wanted to work for a year to save up some more, but I'm 18, so apparently I'm an adult. It's funny how easily things change. Yeah, 13-year plans, those don't exist. They're a myth. See, the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics sees this demographic as 67.7% of high school grads that have yet to enroll in any kind of college. But I see us as we really are. Cautious and scared. Unfortunately, we cannot stay that way forever. So whether you be the I know you have things that you like to do. Passions are in everyone and are everywhere. Take your time, but don't allow those dormant passions to procrastinate themselves to death. College is scary. Actually, real life is scary. And if you haven't already noticed, it's approaching very fast. So whether you be the premature diver, the local grad, or the clueless pathfinder, I hope that what I've shared with you today has resounded somewhere within your being. Have you found yourself in one of these categories? If so, I have one thing left to ask you. Will you procrastinate your passions? Or will you let your passions... Sorry. I have one thing left to ask you. Will you procrastinate your passions or will you allow your passions to procrastinate? Of course, you don't have to decide right now. Maybe later, after a nap and a snack and another season of Game of Thrones. No rush. Right? Thank you.
Okay, so as it turns out, my title is not actually Finding Your Own Wilderness. It would be, shoot, I don't remember. If you care about yourself, you should care about wildernesses. Okay. So, our illustrious president, Donald Trump, needs a wilderness in his life. Kim Kardashian needs a wilderness in her life. Whether you know it or not, everyone in this room needs a wilderness in their lives. Wilderness is defined as a wild place that challenges you and stretches you to become stronger and smarter than you are now. No person who's universally accepted as successful has had it easy. They've been stretched and challenged by hard times to become who they are today. Being so, one problem we face as a collective is that we are naturally bent to limit wild places and relegate them to domesticity. To understand how we do this and what we must do to combat this tendency in us, let's look at the problem through the lens of mountaineering. In mountaineering, you utilize protective gear in the form of nuts, peachins, and cams. Nuts, peachins, and cams, oh shoot, slide. Okay. Well, those would be slides showing you nuts, peachins, and cams. But they're used by placing them in cracks and fissures in a mountain space. And when used in conjunction with a rope, will protect a climber in the event of a fall. Without big brass nuts, peachins, and cams, humans wouldn't have reached half the summits that we have. The last piece of gear that you need to understand are bolts. Bolts are little rods of metal that are drilled and placed in the mountain faces. Reinhold Messner, one of the greatest mountaineers of all time, is quoted saying that bolts are the murderer of the impossible. Now what this means is that when you place a bolt in a mountaineering face, it takes away a certain aspect of adventure and possibility present in a climb. So keep this in mind when I tell you this story. In 1970, amidst accusations that he'd falsified his first attempt of the mountain Sierra Torre in the center of the southern Patagonian ice field, a young Italian mountaineer known as Cesare Mestri brought a traditional set of gear consisting of nuts, bolts, and cams. Along with this, he brought a 300-pound petrol gas compressor, and over the course of 2 seasons drilled in excess of 400 bolts. This bolt ladder route, as it came to be known, enabled an entire generation of underqualified mountaineers to reach the summit of a mountain they did not truly climb. This is what happens when you don't look at it for a month.